is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome into another episode here of the PGA Pub Hub with myself, Ego, aka Mr. Gogster, for everyone at Pub Sports Radio. And I got my good friend here, Conor Mac, to break down the players, guys. We're going right into the players. Quick recap of last week there, Conor. Holy shit, was that course ever tough?
Tough as I've ever seen it.
Unbelievable, sure. But he threw some wind in there, and guys were just scrambling just to make pars. Gary Woodland looked so good going into that 17th, I believe, and then went in the bunker and made a double bogey after that eagle. That was just my Wilson staff guy there. He just crumbled, but Gary's been looking really good, plays well here in Florida. Good to see him do well, but congratulations to Scotty Scheffler. This guy's scramble game, a couple bad shots off the tee, thought he was going to make bogey there, Connor. I think it was 15, 16, and he scrambled his way to make a par, one putt on both those greens. So
unreal job. He earned it. He earned that for sure. Yeah. Right, those guys folded tough. That was just tough. That's the toughest I've seen Arnie's place. The rough, It was not easy. I think we see more normal scoring this week, around 12 to 16 under will be the winner, I think. They'll lighten up on the players.
Literally, because, this course, too, in the past, it's been double-digit winners for the most part. So you'll see kind of, like the 12 to 15, in my opinion. That should be what the winner's going to be. But this type of course is going to be the test of the short game. It's a Pete Dye design course, guys. So right away, I know there's smaller greens, more turtle greens, meaning you're going to slope right off the green if you're not on, and you're going to have to use your short game. The greens will firm out, similar to what happened at Arnie's place there at Bay Hill, running 14 on the stent meter last week, Connor. That was just unbelievable. I would have, Jesus Christ, the amount of 3 putts we would have probably put out there would have been enough to kick us off.
4 putts.
Yeah, 4 putts.
Which they unheard of. Yeah, the horrible 4 putt.
Yeah, so that's something you got to look out for, is a little more wind and dry conditions. It's going to be playing really quick, these greens. So guys that putted well last week should hopefully carry it over to this week. I have here 2 players that excel last week, should do well here. It's another tough course, Bermuda, with some hazards, a lot of bunkers. Right away, I did some stats looking at bunkers here, guys. Pretty much every hole, if it's a fairway bunker that's going to be in play, or even a bunker around the green. So a lot of sand here, I think, is going to come into play. And similar, I don't think it's going to be as much of a birdie fest as you're going to see like over in the California swing, but still you're going to need to avoid some bogeys. So I do think bogey avoidance, similar to last week, is going to be important at these tougher courses, being the 5th major, as they like to call it, right, Connor, the players. So that's pretty much all I got. 16, 17, 18, extremely tough. The defining 17th, the Island Green, guys. That's always fun. Again, throw some wind in there, and it's tough to even hold those greens. I remember seeing Siwoo Kim a couple years ago, buddy. He, I think it was Siwoo. He made like a 9 or like a 12 on this hole, just because he couldn't, even from the drop zone, he couldn't even hold the green coming in. So it's, I love this Florida swing. It should be a really fun course here, guys. It's, of course, a lot of the top players are showing up for. You have pretty much everyone here, Connor? I don't think the guy that's not here. So. I'll just get right into the action here, guys. Without further ado, check out the comments here. What's going on, Top Set? How you doing, brother? Let's get after this one. It's going to be a tough course, but I think we got some winners we're going to pull out. Pete Dye Design, 4 courses, guys. TPC San Antonio, PGA West, Harbor Town, and Sedgefield. They're not the top players that go to these courses, but with that being said, some long shots or some DFS players you might want to look at would be Glover. He's performed quite well at those 3 tracks. Streelman and Harmon. Those are 3 guys that seem to do very well at these Pete Dye Designs. So those are a couple bombs there you could throw on the card. Most rounds here right away, Sergio Garcia, guys. He really seems to play well at this course. He's got the most rounds next to Scott, Poulter, Stenson, Kuchar, Rose, Hoffman, and Watson, rounding out the most amount of rounds here. Similar to the Masters, I think that's important, just knowing your way around this course. You're going to have I believe there's some tree lines involved here. I just got the layout. Let's see here. Yeah, you're going to have tree line. A lot of bunker play, though, guys, right away. Dog legs, too. So you're going to have to shape the ball off the tee. Par 3s, they're playing very, very tough here, Connor. I have par 3s. Where are we at here? I got about 6 pages of notes here, being the Masters, right, or being the players. Can't seem to find them right now, but I know the par 3s, guys, are playing very tough. I have par 3 scoring being very important here, Connor.
Yes.
I think it's going to be the smaller island greens. You're going to have to hold. You're going to have to hold these greens, because if not, you're going to see a lot of bunkers, a lot of just sloping off the greens, really tough. You might even see some people throwing the putter just to get it up these hills, kind of up under the green, kind of like one of us, a couple guys I know that like to do that, get the old hybrid out and just try to bump it all up because it's going to be tough chipping for some of these players. Shots gained from players here, guys that have done very well. DeChambeau, we got plus 2.44. Siwoo Kim plus 2.26. Connors Matsuyama, Justin Thomas, Bezoutenhout, as we like to say. Zalatoris, Garcia, Scott, Damon, Answer, Poston, Day, and Rom all seem to have shots gained on the field when it comes to the players. What's going on, Fat Wally? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Saw you guys on the horse channel there. Good to see you on the weekend there, Fat Wally. Good to see you back, buddy. Yeah, let's break down this golf. Let's get right back to it. That's all I got from the first page here. Going on to the second page of notes. Consecutive cuts made. This is really important. Players, again, that have done very well. Justin Thomas, Siwoo Kim, and Garcia, and Berger, all have made 5 of the last 5 cuts. So that's very important right there. Yeah, and then you have Bradley, 2, Day, Scott, and DJ. Round out the top 5 there, 5 of 5 cuts. What's going on there, Billy Briz? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hopefully everything's well, buddy. The last 4 straight, Rom and Reed have also done very well here, making 4 of their last 4 cuts. 4 of the last 5. I think these are important for you guys. Harmon again, Hadwin, Louis, Steele, Kirk, Horschel, Vegas, Varner, Kuchar, Poulter, and Grace. Again, do quite well here. Some long bombs there. And then there's a whole bunch here. Last 3 straight: DeChambeau, Fitzpatrick, Kokrak, Hoagie. 3 of 5 I'm not going to get into. And then golfers who played 2 of their last 2 here who have made the cut and have done quite well. Connors, 2.25, Answer, Poston, and Denny McCarthy round out the 2 of 2 there. You got anything there, Connor, or do you just want me to keep rolling, brother?
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Killing it as always. Get into whatever you're going to do. I'm just running up some of the holes. I wanted to check some of those par 3s you were talking about.
For sure. Just honestly, just give me a little bit of breath there, talking like a robot here. But anyways.
No, you're good, bro. We're good.
We're good to go. Anyways, top putting, guys. Let's get right back to it here. Players last year, I don't think that's as important. 2020 season, I think that's going to be a little more important. Who's been putting well in the 2020 season? That being Rory McIlroy, DeChambeau, Kisner, Hatton, Smith, Hughes, McCarthy, Horschel, Fitzpatrick, and Leishman. A couple of those guys are going to be on my 7-pack here this week, guys. We're doing a 7-pack.
Nice.
And then tee to green. That's going to be the other one that's going to be very key here, guys. You're going to want to avoid these bunkers. You're going to want to be in the fairway to get some spin to hold these greens. That's going to be another really key important stat. So tee to green this year: Rom, JT, Zalatoris, Berger, List, Fitzpatrick, M, Alexander, and Watson are your top 10 or top 9 there for tee to green this year. Again, Con, I think that's going to be huge. You got so much water, so much sand, so much problems if you're not in the fairway.
Yeah,
the rough only to get worse too, buddy. So, let's look for guys that are really solid tee to green, in my opinion. Moving on here. Oh, keep going. What were you gonna say?
No, you're dead on. I'm just adding long, straight off the tee. Guys that are good. That Justin Thomas is a name. Even Rory, his problem is putting, but when he's on, he can hit it long and straight.
Yeah,
those are the guys you want to. And then the other guys you mentioned, because we'll get into later, like have had success here. They're pretty good, and because when they're on, they're just on. Like Siwoo Kim's done really well here. Shane Lowry's played. He's 1 year. Kim's 1 year. Or a guy like Shane Lowry, I think is good. He's had good success here, and if he's playing well, you mentioned Berger. Some of those other guys that just they're very good, accurate off the tee. Get there. Because this is not easy. Water everywhere, bunker everywhere. I just love this course. It's just classic.
It is. And it's not straight fairways either, guys. Like, you have a lot of dog legs on all these fairways. So if you do hit the fairway, well, there's a couple of them that will be straight. But you really have to be able to shape the ball off the tee. That's what this is telling me, this course. More precision. Like, you have to be, all right, I got to hit 240 because there's a creek here. Then I'm going to have to work. Like, you got to be really precise. You can't just bomb it off the tee like some of these courses. So, precision, I think, is going to be really key here. Bay Hill stats last week: top putters. Herbert was really good on the putting surface. Hatton, M, Scott, Burns, Hostler, Fleetwood, Fitzpatrick, Garcia, and Horschel. Right away, seeing Garcia, if he's putting well, him tee to green. He's really good off the tee. He's made 5 of his last 5 cuts. Right away, Garcia catches my eye. Scrambling is going to be another important stat. I still think they're going to be able to scramble. Aaron Wise was quite well. Herbert again, Fitzpatrick, Straka, Fleetwood, Peters, Connors, Poulter, Steele, and Todd. Another one, Connors. You see this guy, great tee to green, and if his scrambling was you saw him in the mix. His scrambling was actually quite well. It's just his damn putter. This guy could very well like this track. And then approach last week, guys, Scheffler, who won. That's going to be key. He was number 1. Rahm, Gooch, List, Homa, who got the hole-in-one on that really tough pin position. Herschel, Laird, Matsuyama, Hovland, and Danny Lee. And then top tee to green was Connors last week, Wise, Rahm, Steele, Hovland, List, Kirk, Gooch, Scheffler, Rory, and Homa. So those are some stats from guys that played really well, guys, last week. That should, in my opinion, carry it over because you're going to a very similar parkland course, but still a lot of water, a lot of bunkers, got to be precise. Should be less wind, in my opinion, too. Looks like there's some trees covering a lot of these holes. So the wind factor should probably, well, depending on where the hole is, if it's more exposed. So actually, I remember on this course, I think you have to almost, in the way, look more like towards the hole because the wind at the tee, the block there, when you're hitting off the tee, you might not have any wind, but you look down at the pin, look at the flag, it could be just blistering, right? So that's like history, like guys like Garcia. I said, who else was it? Scott, Poulter, Stenson, these guys that just know kind of, all right, little wind. It's going to be playing maybe more at the hole, especially on these par threes, than it will at the tee block. So there's just another important stat, I think. But yeah, getting to a little more stats here. Bogey avoidance, that's going to be crucial, as we saw last week. Morikawa, who's going to be in this event, he's 9% bogey. Just getting a bogey, I guess you could say, in 16 rounds. Cantlay, Amberger, Thomas, Rahm, Burns, Smith, Spieth, Xander, Harmon, Gooch, Power, Matsuyama, and Mito Pereira. A guy that, he could fit this mold not too bad. A guy who's really good off the tee, pretty damn good on his approach. And his bogey avoidance is 15th. It's right up there with some of the best of them. So Mito Pereira, he didn't make the card. I'm going to let you guys know that right now, but I think he could maybe be a sneaky play, like a top 30 or even a DFS play there, Connor.
Yeah, I think he's a solid look at something they're down. I think he's still going to take time though. This might be a tough place to do well for a guy like that, especially with this field. This is the best field in other than all, of course, the majors, which are always great. But this is the players, the best field in golf. So might not be easy this week, but going forward, he's a guy definitely.
In the weaker fields, we'll definitely be looking towards Mito Pereira. But yeah, seeing him 15th with the bogey avoidance with the best of them, I think, that's someone you should be looking towards. Our guy, Michael Irvelino. What's going on, Mike? Cantlay has to be worth the juice and take top 20 on Cantlay. You know what? I'm going to pull up Cantlay for you right now, buddy.
Pull him up, yeah.
Just thinking about Cantlay, I know West Coast is where you want to jump on this guy. He did do well in the BMW Championship, even more so on the northern courses up at, I think it was on bent grass. I'm sure it was. Even Memorial bent grass. So I'm not too sure actually about Cantlay on Bermuda. That might be his weakest putting surface. Looking at what he's done, though, he's been really hot. It's all been West Coast. That's the thing, though. Century, American Express, AT&T, Genesis, Phoenix Open. So this is his first event over in Florida. So I have a little bit of question marks, to be honest, towards Cantlay. I didn't like what I saw from his putter, especially at Genesis. His approach, he did lose a little bit of strokes too. So I'm actually not too high. I don't want to rain on your parade here, Michael Irvelino. I'll see what Conor Mac has to say, but I might be a little cautious on Cantlay. But yeah, his short game has been spectacular, saving par from any nasty shot. Absolutely. He's got a great approach. Yeah. If his putter does seem to be, if he has the putter at Bermuda, then he'll be right in the mix. But I kind of want to see it. I'm not. I think there's some other guys that are playing a little better golf right now that I'd like to jump on.
He's a guy I'm looking at, though. I think price-wise, it's decent. I think it's a little over 20 to 1. You can get him at some places because I just don't know if I want to take him like he talked about. The whole, he's very good. He's a West Coast guy, played well. Mm-hmm. But he's becoming a player, as you saw last year. I mean, he's just a top 5 player in the world, I think, almost right now. And we'll see here this week. I just, the value's decent there because, I'm not going to take JT, which is defending champ here at that price, or even Rahm. I think, I'm going to stay off. Rory's won here just a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to take Rory either. I think he could win. I can't watch him putt and do it. Just will make you go nuts.
JT?
No, Rory.
Oh, Rory. Yeah. Rory.
I can't take Rory.
It's hard for him to put 4 rounds together, I find, with Rory. He's always got that
exactly.
One, that
he used to be able to get hot and do it, and he still can. He's Rory McIlroy. I'm not trying to dog the guy, but I mean, he's a very good golfer. But I think I'm going to stay off this week. So Cantlay was kind of in that mix right after the 5 or 6 top guys, price wise. Mm-hmm. It was a little look at kind of where Hovland is, or Matsuyama, Cam Smith. So
yeah,
I'm looking at him. I don't know if I'm going to use him.
Yeah, for sure. Burger, Billy Briss says Burger thoughts. I thought he was way too cheap. Yeah, you know what? I did.
Yeah,
too,
I like Burger.
I like Burger. There's one stat I'll bring up here in just a second that I didn't like from him, but other than that, he really seems to fit the mold there.
Plays well here.
Yeah, plays well here. Is from this Florida area, so yeah, absolutely. And Michael Irvin says Rory getting wet on 17 for sure this weekend. And I'll give me some money on that. Yeah, what are the odds on Rory hitting the water there on 17? Give me the over. Give me the over 1.5, Christ. But yeah, no, that's gonna be a fun track here, guys. Best of the best. I'm gonna get right into the 7-pack here, though. We're about 17 minutes in. We still got plenty of time. 7-pack. Let's do it here, guys. We'll start off with my favorite. You were kind of saying you couldn't take this guy at the number, but if there's one place I think he can win it, or he's gonna do it again, it's gonna be Justin Thomas.
I like it. I mean,
he's 14-1. I'm hoping I got the best of the line. I hope
you did. I see a lot of places 12, even 10 at the lowest. Like Rom's kind of settled in at 10 even.
JT's waiting for this. He's like it's like a weird horse racing analogy. It's like a horse. They're waiting for them to get in this race. It's like like he's been waiting for this player.
He has.
He's been. Yeah. I know he's with the coach for Alabama there, Nick Saban. They were having some practice rounds and whatnot. It seems like he's in a good place. He's slowly been playing really good golf too, JT. I'm just going to pull up Justin Thomas here, but I just think he's
playing well.
I have to have money on him. Yeah, he was T6. He was 6th place at the Genesis, 8th at the Phoenix, 20th at the Farmers, 5th at the Century. He's a guy. If his putter, and this seems like the one place like he's comfortable. If JT just gets comfortable on the greens, he could blow these guys away by like 4 shots. I think, to be honest. JT. I think it's a little bit of chalk, guys. I don't think I've ever in all my shows dating back to last year here took the chalk. But that just shows how much I think JT's got a hell of a shot here. And he hasn't won since this event. And then before that, he hasn't won, I think, even a couple years before then. So JT, 14-1, guys. He's also going to be first-round leader at 28-1. That's a really good number, I think. JT could come up very hot here, 28-1. And then top 20, it's -110. I still think there's a very, very good chance, more than a 50% chance. They're implying there 52.5. that he gets the top 10. So JT there, guys, 14-1, 28-1 first round, and -110 top 20. What do you think there, Connor?
Like I said, I like him. I just don't love the price. And he's a guy knocking at the door. That's why I like the pick. He's been playing well of late. A lot of top 10s, top 20s coming in. It just seems it's the perfect time again. Can he go back to back? And he's a guy that when he gets so hot, he can win and win.
And I think he's got a point to prove too, with the kind of the way he hasn't. Everyone's been winning too, and he hasn't. And for him to win back at a Players, kind of just show, hey guys, I'm still here. I can still win. The 5th major, despite not winning in the last year. So yeah, JT there, guys. Without humming and hawing too much more, he's going to start off the 7-pack. Number 2 is going to be Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith here, guys. We hit him at the. I believe it was, what was it there? Sony? Was it the Sony? Or no, it was the Century of Champions. We hit him. Coming back to Cameron Smith, hasn't played a lot of golf, but seems to fit the mold here. The one thing would be off the tee. I'd want to just, hopefully he doesn't get himself in too much trouble off the tee. But bogey avoidance this year, hasn't played as many rounds. He's 9th. That's huge in my opinion. Bogey avoidance 9th. Par 3 scoring, he's T49, which is very important at these tough par 3s. And then sand saves with quite a bit of sand around the greens. He's 37th. And also tee to green plus 1.37 strokes. He's up there in all the stats I want to see. The only thing that would definitely give me some pause, I just looked this up kind of right before the show, was fairway bunkers. Greens and regulation from the fairway bunker, he is 189th. That is not good. There's a bit of problems there. So if he does get in a lot of fairway bunkers, I don't expect him to do as well based on the numbers this year. But with that being said, other than that little kind of hiccup in his game, you could say I think Cameron Smith's playing definitely solid enough. He was T17 last year too. I like Cameron Smith here. I got him at 33-1. He's going to be number 2 on the card. Also first round leader, 45-1, and T20 at plus 175. Number 3.
I like it. He's a guy real quick. I'll go just touch on. He's a guy that I'm looking at as well. I don't know if I pulled the trigger yet, but decent numbers here. You talked about, I think he's due after, that big win over in Hawaii. He's kind of just been, I think he's bound to get going again. He lives around there now in Florida, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is a decent spot for him as well. So he's a guy I kind of had circled in that price range right around with Berger, those guys in that area, like 35-1, 40-1. So yeah, I'm looking at him as well.
Speaking of Daniel Berger, that is going to be number 3 on our card here. D. Berger. Berger's on the grill here, 35-1. He's actually 30-1 at my book now. So there's definitely been some money coming on Daniel Berger, but he's key numbers here. He just checks off all the boxes. I know Billy was asking 2.15, or sorry, plus 1.89 tee to green. That's up there with top 5. He's first in sand saves, best in sand saves out of any golfer in the field. So that's right away. That's going to be huge. T8, 8th best on par 3 scoring. That's another key stat you're going to want to have because these par 3s are playing all over par. And then another key stat on tough golf courses is bogey avoidance is 4th best in the whole field, the whole PGA. So he's top 10 pretty much in all 4 of those categories. The only stat similar to Cameron Smith was the what do I have here? Was the fairway bunkers, greens and regulation guys. So they're hitting fairway bunkers. He's 153rd, Daniel Berger. So that would be the only hiccup, but he's so good off the tee, hits such a low ball flight. I don't think he should have too much problems there, hitting too many bunkers. He's really good off the tee. Much better, in my opinion, than Cameron Smith. So yeah, 35-1. He's going to be starting out. He's number 3 on our 7-pack, sorry. And 45-1 first round leader, plus 180 top 20, Connor.
I like it. He's just you talked about all the cuts made here, tons of top 20s and a few top 10s in the last 5 years. And he just seems, after folding 2 weeks ago, seems like a good bounce back spot for him for the price, especially at least, maybe top 20, top 10 if he doesn't win it. If he doesn't win it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, top 20 was plus 180. I think that's a nice plus money there. Yeah. So let's move on to the next one here, guys. 35-1 Berger, 45-1 first round leader, and plus 180 on the top 20. Number 4 is going to be Mark Leishman. This guy just kind of, wasn't going to take Mark Leishman, but when I looked at the numbers on this guy, he seems to be playing really well at this style of course. He's T2. He's 2nd best on par 3 scoring this year. So right away, that's a check mark on my list. He's plus 1.05 strokes gained tee to green. Just trying to see, looking at Leishman's stats, he doesn't have much at this course. He is, what do I have here? T68 in 2018 and then T64 in 2016. So he has missed 3 cuts at this event, but he's 53rd in sand saves, guys, 22nd in bogey avoidance, Connor, and then 40th in fairway greens and regulation from fairway bunkers. So that's he's even better than Smith and Berger from that fairway bunker. So right away, guys, he's at least top 40 in all of our stats here. 53rd, top 50, 53rd in sand saves, plus 1.05 tee to green, 2nd in par 3 scoring, 22nd bogey avoidant, and then 40th in fairway bunkers, greens in regulation. So Leishman, guys, you know what? I'm going to throw him on there. An Aussie guy too. I think he's going to play well, similar to Cameron Smith. Both the Aussies are going to be on our card. He's at 70-1. So we're starting to get a little more prices here. The last 4. Mark Leishman, 70-1, first round leader as well, 66-1. And then top 20 is plus 300. So we're getting to some little more juicier prices here on the top 20s there. Mark Leishman. I just think his course history doesn't exactly stand out, but his numbers this year, and he's been lurking. I'm just going to pull him up for 1 second here. Leishman, he's very much lurking in the field. He hasn't missed a cut all year. T4, T3, T38, 19th, 10th, 36th, 16th, 28th, 15th, and 68th. He's been gaining strokes all over the place. The only place he actually didn't was last week off the tee in his approach at the Arnold Palmer. Other than that, he's been green everywhere. So Mark Leishman is a bet on player based on his stats. We'll see how he does this year at the Players, but he is going to be number 4 on our card. Number 5, this guy's played a lot here, Connor. Sergio Garcia. I got to have Sergio on this year. Seems to love this course. Looking at what he's done in his shots gained, he's plus 1.19 this year. And then at this course, he's plus 2.02 in his career. So right away, this guy should do. He loves this course. He's 26th this year in sand saves, which is a very good number for him. 35th in bogey avoidance, T85, which could be a little better on his par 3 scoring. But he hasn't missed a cut here. T9, T22, 70th, T30, T54. There's an event this guy can win, Connor. I think Garcia can he always plays well here. And his putting too. One more thing, guys. His putting last week at Bay Hill was 9th best in the field. And that's a guy, if he can get his putter going.
Good sign.
Yeah, I think it's a very good sign from Sergio. Just trying to pull him up here. Sergio, if you want to just take over, Connor, I have little problems here.
Yeah, Sergio for here, and he has taken money too. I mean, he's 50-1, even some spots down to 40-1, and in the range of Fitzpatrick, DJ, who we'll get into later, Neiman, then after that Lowry, Zalatoris. So big pick for everyone this week is Sergio Garcia. They're seeing everything you are in course history here with him. It's all about that flat stick, though, like you talked about, and it's a good sign, like you talked, that he was 9th last week. So
I just
interesting one. Sergio's I don't know. He's just Sergio, that's all I can say.
He is, but T7 at the worldwide, T12, T24, T39, T38. He's playing pretty good golf. Approach last 2 weeks could have been a little bit better. I don't know if it's those shades. I don't know if you guys saw the new shades there Sergio was rocking last week. Looked like he was from the 80s, kind of had all these colors going on. Sergio's a different cat, but this, you know what? Let's rock with Sergio. I got him at 80-1, Connor. I heard you saying 40, 50.
He's down at some spots, yeah. Well, you got it good if you got it, like yesterday, because, he is taking a lot of money.
Just this morning here here in Canada, I use a 365, and Garcia is still 80-1 here. So you can jump on that.
Check it out, because even looking at some other spots, because I just have 3 or 4 right now. I have a bunch more other books, obviously. But DK DraftKings is as low as 40-1. Other spots like 60-1, they're out there. But I'm just saying he's taken. A lot of people are looking at him on this Monday because it's early in the week. Obviously, we're Monday morning.
It would be easy just to say, oh, look at his course history. Oh, Garcia, I know this guy. A lot of people are probably throwing money on Garcia, but looking at his numbers, guys, I do think he's playing well. I think Garcia does have a good shot.
I still remember when he folded here, though, against Tiger, when he hit the ball in the water on 17 about 4 times. What was that, 7 years ago or whatever? Maybe it was even longer. I remember.
Yeah. Well, perfect. So he's got I don't think anyone out there scares him like Tiger. So hopefully he's all right out there. But yeah, Garcia 80-1, 70-1 first round leader, guys, and plus 320 top 20. I don't see why not. Taking a guy at his favorite course has been playing well. Sergio Garcia 80-1. Number 5, I did a switcherooski here, guys. Tommy Fleetwood. We're switching out Fleetwood here. I just can't trust Fleetwood. Big numbers that took me off him. 210th, Connor. He's damn the worst in fairway bunker, so there's a problem there. Then he's 125th in bogey avoidance. I can't trust a guy. Pretty much he's got big problems off the tee. His scramble game, his putting seems to be okay, but I don't think this is the track for him. I took him off the list, guys. We're throwing on my Canadian compadre, Corey Connors. Corey Connors, guys. This guy's tee to green monster. If there's a guy that fits this track, Corey is the guy. I thought I was going to get close to maybe 80-1, but the recent success, I got him at, I got him at 66-1. I think the money's coming in on him. Plus 0.89 strokes tee to green, 85th on par 3s, 130th in sand saves, which could be a little bit better. But the thing that's so key about this guy compared to Fleetwood is he's 18th in fairway bunkers, 37th in bogey avoidance, and tee to green last week, guys, number 1. Connors was number 1. His also another big thing from him was I was saying earlier on the show, was his scrambling, guys. Connors was 2, 4, 6, 7th in scrambling, which is a good sign for a guy that if he does miss a bit of the green, smaller greens too for a guy that can't putt is huge. So he's not going to have these longer putts at these other courses. So Connors on a Pete Dye course, he's look out. I think if he's going to win, we got to have money on him to win. In my opinion, 60-1, 70-1 first round leader. I think that's a hell of a shot. And then plus 260 top 20 there. Corey Connors. I might even have him on a matchup bet. I'll tweet out the matchup bets coming out here just in a while or later today. If not today, Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when they all come out. But yeah, Corey Connors, number 6. Number 7 here, guys. I'm just going to wrap it up pretty quickly. I got to run, unfortunately. Alex Noren. Noren's been playing really well. 125-1 to win. 80-1 first round leader and plus 425 top 20. Just looking at Noren's stats, 44th in sand saves, plus 0.41 tee to green, 7th in par threes. That's huge. And 18th in bogey avoidance. Not to mention he's T16 in fairway bunker percentage and greens and regulations from the fairway bunker. He's up there. His numbers are as good as some of these top names that are 30, 40-1. So jump on Alex Noren, guys. I think that number is going to move. He's got a funky swing, but he's T17 in 2018 and then 10th in 2017. I think he's going to come back to that form. Let's rock and roll with Noren here. Also T5 at the Honda last week. Mm-hmm. He's playing really good golf. So Alex Noren is going to be the long shot on the card. That's why it's a 7-pack. We had to throw him on there. 125-1. And make the cut parlay here, guys. Justin Thomas, our three studs, Justin Thomas, Cameron Smith, and Daniel Berger at plus 113. That's going to be our make the cut parlay. I'll tweet out some, like I said, some matchup bets there later out in the week. I'll tell you some guys I'm looking at. Kokrak, Anser, Zalatoris. I think Zalatoris could do very well here, Connor. He's not on my list, but he checks some boxes. Fitzpatrick, and along with the 7-pack of golfers there, guys. So that's the card. I'm going to throw it over to Connor here. I'll let you finish up the show, Connor. I got to run. But yeah, guys, tweet out any questions you have to me, Eagle47, or even in the DMs are always open. Golfers you have that you're not sure about, matchup bets, DFS, myself, even Connor. I know Connor is open for his DMs. So
anytime.
I look forward to this week. The players, let's fucking get after it. Get that cash, as we always say. And we'll see you guys next week for the next PGA show. Get that cash, Connor. Take care, my man.
Get it, brother. Sounds good. Later. Great work. Great work from Gogster, as always. I wanted to touch on his Corey Connors real quick. He checks the boxes for me as well. It's always the putting. But he must, in Canada, have a bad thing. He gets Sergio really good at a good price, because I could still get Connors over 75-1. I think in Canada, they're all betting him up there with his Bet 365 or whatever he's using. So down here, a little better number with Connors. Here are my guys that I'm looking at to the top, and then I'm going to go into playing well. You mentioned Big Show about it's a little bit of both with me. I look at past success and then guys that are playing well too. And then I even circle more that get more to me in double, triple circles that have played well here in the past and are playing well right now. You kind of mentioned how well Justin Thomas was playing earlier. It's just the price is tough for him here, the defending champ. So guys like that is what I look at. So I looked at Cantlay. I wrote down, I will have these out soon because I'm going to deep dive big time today into everything. Cam Smith, he mentioned Berger. Those are all guys. 2 guys I think that are just price-wise, you could put 10, 20 bucks on. They're both not in great form here, but when I see Koepka and Dustin Johnson 40-1, just at least throw 20 bucks on, 10, 20 bucks. I think you kick yourself. You win 800 if you put 20 on them. They're all around that price, right in this middle area. Then there's Lowry, Zalatoris, Burns. He's one I had circled, Henley, Horschel. So I think there's big prices on these guys that normally, if they're playing well or better, are 15-1, 20-1. So these are the guys I'm playing well, looking top 10, maybe 20 that we wrote down that check the boxes. Connors, Gooch, Siwoo Kim, a winner here before. He's a guy. Gary Woodland has played well the last 2 weeks. He was a guy. Homa, Burns, Shane Lowry, not playing well. Maybe should have won 2 weeks ago. Kind of rained on his parade there, and he didn't get the win. But he's played well here in the past. This guy's back problems, so we don't know if he's going to be in. Jason Day played extremely well here. He's a champion at this course. I don't know, it's 5 years ago, but he's got a ton of top 10s and top 5s. Next, Justin Rose, another guy played really, really well here. And then after that, Adam Scott. I think this is a price that I think Billy just put it in there. Yeah, Adam Scott's kind of checking everything for me here. He's playing pretty good golf, and the guy to look out for. Lastly, these are the guys I'm looking at top 20s for sure. You could even do, and Gogster went over a few of them. I got Steele, Noren, Kirk. This guy, his price isn't great, though, because he's played so well. Kind of like Sergio Garcia, and he's moved up, is Ian Poulter. This guy's got unreal numbers. Somehow he just shows up here, and he can get a top 10. Old man Ian Poulter. And last was Streelman. I think Gogster put that down, that he's one that guy checked the boxes for me as well. So those were kind of bombs I'm looking at for in maybe a top 20 that you can get a great price. Steele, Noren, Kirk, Poulter, Streelman for mine. And that is it. Shout out to the chat, everyone up in here. Yeah, I don't think he plays either. And his mom. Yeah, I've seen all that about his mom. And he pulled out last week because of other things as well. I saw his back and family stuff. So it's not good if you're a golfer with back problems. But shout out to the chat. Catch me later, NCAA Net Profit at 5 p.m. Eastern. Me and Max will be there breaking down all the great college b-ball that's going on. It was a great weekend, and you got to keep it going on this Monday. So shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button on the way out. Let's get it going. Let's get that cash here at the Players this week. We'll see you next week. Peace.